Over the next week and a half, I'll be embarking on another road trip in Ontario. I'll be starting in the famous Bruce Peninsula, checking out some amazing sights. Then I'll be heading to the largest freshwater island in the world, Manitoulin Island. I'll be finishing up my road trip in Sudbury, where I'll attempt to complete one of the most challenging hikes in Ontario. This is the Vibrance of the North. We made the journey up from Toronto to the Bruce Peninsula, and then over the next 10-11 days we're going from the Bruce Peninsula up to Manitoulin Island and then Sudbury, hopefully seeing the fall colors in that, but obviously no guarantees for that. Today we're heading up to Bruce Peninsula National Park. This is one of the very popular park here in Ontario and Canada. It has this place called Indian Head Cove and the Grotto. So over the next few days we're going to be checking out some amazing landscapes and natural scenery here in the Bruce Peninsula. So we only been walking for a few minutes, and a couple of other hikers have stumbled across a rattlesnake.
Okay, do you want to come here, stay to the right side?
After hiking a short distance, we arrived at Indian Head Cove, which is considered a little slice of the Caribbean here in Canada. Especially with these tropical looking waters, it's a perfect way to cool off on a hot Canadian summer day. So good morning from Tobermory. It's day 2 of the Vibrance of the North trip, and we're going to be heading to Flower Pot Island with Blue Heron Cruises. It's a glass bottom boat, and they take you around seeing shipwrecks and that before you're hiking on the island.
I just want to be someone. Well, doesn't everyone?
The clear waters around Tobermory makes for ideal conditions for scuba diving. And with a lot of shipwrecks near the surface of the water, you can get up close and personal with some of these vessels.
I just want to be somebody to someone. Oh, I want to be somebody to someone. Oh, I never had nobody and no road home. I want to be somebody to someone. And if the sun starts setting, the sky goes cold, and if the clouds get heavy and start to fall, I really need somebody to call my own. I want to be somebody to
After checking out some shipwrecks, we went full steam ahead and arrived at Flower Pot Island, where we circled the island and got our first views of the famous flower pots. After docking, we then hiked to check out the flower pots more in detail. These flower pots were formed after the last ice age, with the ice eroding the rock, and as the Great Lake of Huron was formed, waves and seasonal ice created these unique shapes, continuing to erode these rocks until the water levels of Lake Huron became more stable to appear as they are today. Had the waters not dropped, it's entirely possible that these flower pot shapes would not be around today. So it finally made it to Sable Beach and Ascent Aerial Park. It's basically like a ropes obstacle course type thing, and it has a zip coaster, some rock climbing and stuff like that. last morning here on the Bruce Peninsula, and we're checking out Greg's caves, which we can explore some of these caves and check out some really epic scenery in that before we catch our ferry to Manitoulin Island. So we have arrived at our first set of caves. I have my headlamp, so I'm going to go in and check some of these caves out. That is it. Whoa, this is so cool. Nice little cave in here. Wow. And that's where I had to come from. That's where the exit is. So that last cave was just absolutely amazing. We were able to go in, maybe about 10 meters or so in the cave. You had to kind of shimmy along some rocks and stuff like that, but it kind of goes in pretty deep, again about 10 meters or so, and that has been the best caves thus far. After the caves, we then headed to the very tip of the Bruce Peninsula to catch the MS Chichiman for the 2-hour ferry ride to Manitoulin Island. Good morning from Manitoulin Island. So Manitoulin Island is the largest island on a fresh body of water in the world. This morning we're doing the Cup and Saucer Trail, which is one of Ontario's and Canada's most famous hikes in the country. This trail is very, very popular for its scenic views, and this one little stretch called the Adventure Trail where you can climb up like rocks and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty exciting to see this amazing view, and one of the most popular trails in Canada. At the vertical stairs, possibly. Yes, look at this. part of the Niagara Escarpment was formed 440 million years ago from sediments laid down in a tropical sea. After millions of years, the soft soils around the sea eroded and scraped away to reveal these amazing cliffs. Afterwards, we checked out Bridal Veil Falls, where you can actually walk behind the falls. After a couple of rain-out days on Manitoulin Island, we traveled further north, winding through towering cliffs and dense forests until we arrived in Sudbury, where we checked out the city's most famous attraction, the Big Nickel. We have arrived in Sudbury, our last stop on the Vibrance of the North trip. Now, we're not staying directly in Sudbury, we're staying about an hour northeast of Sudbury, so this is by far the most northern part of Ontario that I've been to now. Here is the cabin right behind me, and as you can see, it's on a lake right here. There's a couple other cottages and stuff like that on the lake as well, but this cabin is absolutely amazing. It's an off-the-grid cabin. There is no electricity, no running water. There is a generator if you do want lights and that, but the stove and there's a small fridge, all that's run by propane. So if you want to have some lanterns or candles and stuff like that, you don't need the electricity. There's no cell service, no internet up here, which is really amazing to unplug and unwind and stuff like that. The road to get here is not the greatest. It's a gravel road, so it's not well maintained. There are a lot of big bumps and potholes on it. You definitely need like an SUV, which I have, compact SUV, a truck, a Jeep, but to get up here, there's this gigantic hill and your car is sort of on the side. It was kind of scary at first. I didn't know if my car could do it, but it magically, I guess, did. So I was able to get over that big hump and that, but your car wouldn't be able to get over that. So you do need some sort of, higher performance off-road utility vehicle or something like that to get here. The plan for tomorrow is just to hang out around the cottage here. There's a canoe that we can take, there's a kayak, there's some other great features about this place, which I'm going to give sort of like a brief walk tour of the actual cabin itself inside. It's very like classic off-the-grid Canadiana style cabin, which is really, really great. The cabin had a sunroom, a very spacious main room with a couch, dinner table, and a well-equipped kitchen, complete with a wood-burning stove and a propane heater for warmth. The cabin also had a bunk bed, master bedroom, and a compostable indoor toilet. But the highlight of this place was the personal sauna and deep water just off the dock, so you could do your own personal Nordic spa. The next day, we made use of the canoe and went for a paddle on the lake. So good morning from Killarney Provincial Park. This is the last day of the Vibrance of the North trip, and today we're just spending the whole entire day in Killarney. This hike is called the Crack. This hike is considered one of the best in Ontario and Canada. The views at the top of the Crack are supposed to be absolutely amazing. This hike is rated very difficult. I don't know how difficult it's actually going to be. I've been on probably several hikes in Ontario and Canada and around the world in that. So I'm not too sure how difficult and challenging it's actually really going to be. It's a one-way trail, so you hike all the way up to the Crack, which is the viewpoint, and then hike back. It's 4 kilometers. 6 kilometers. 6 kilometers, 4 hours. I assume that's 6 kilometers both ways, but I may be wrong. The sign didn't really give too much indication in that. But again, we're going to climb up some rocks and stuff like that to this amazing viewpoint. The Crack Trail is part of a much longer trail network that takes hikers on a 7 to 10 day backwoods hike. So be sure to stop at the top of the Crack. Also, ensure to bring lots of water, especially if you are doing the hike on a hot summer's day. Okay, so I switched to my GoPro now because we have a steep climb up ahead of us. So far, this part of the hike is actually quite challenging, but it's a great challenge that I like, and it's a lot different than any other hike I've done in Ontario thus far. There's a lot of climbing over rocks and stuff like that, which you don't really get in Ontario too much, so it's nice to have a change. After what seemed to be an endless climb, we finally made it to the top for an amazing view of Killarney Provincial Park. Over the last week and a half, I was amazed with the vibrance of the Bruce Peninsula and taking on two of Ontario's and Canada's most engaging hiking trails. This was the Vibrance of the North.
I just wanna be someone. I just wanna be someone. Dive and disappear without a trace. I just wanna be someone. Well, doesn't everyone? And if you feel the great dividing, I wanna be the one you're guiding, 'cause I believe that you can lead the way. I just wanna be somebody to someone, oh, I wanna be somebody to someone, oh, I never had nobody and no road home. I wanna be somebody to someone. And if the sun starts setting, the sky goes cold, and if the clouds get heavy and start to fall, I really need somebody to call my own. I wanna be somebody to someone. Someone to you, someone to you, someone to you, someone to you. I don't even need to change the world. I'll make the moon shine just for your view. I'll make the starlight circle the room. And if you feel like night is falling, I wanna be the one you're calling, 'cause I believe that you can lead the way. I just wanna be somebody to someone, oh, I wanna be somebody to someone, oh, I never had nobody and no road home. I wanna be somebody to someone.